What up, dude? What's going on, man? What up? What up? What up? What up? Panthers Nation. Post game presser. Post game presser for me. You know what I'm saying? Right now, a lot of the players are in the post game press conference. Let me tuck in my chain, man, because we finna get down to business. Let me tuck in my chain. Let me tuck in my chain, man. Let me tuck in my chain, because it's about to get real around here, man. It's about to get real around here. Appreciate y'all checking in early on. Amari Tillman in the building. What up, though? It's a disappointing game for the offense. Got that right. What, 3 points? I have arrived. Please. I told you the pastor finna preach right now. What they say? Be quiet about the pastor preach. He said, what in the world was that, Ellen Rand? He said, that wasn't even a game, yo. Will Brown, what up, though, bro? What's going on with you? Man, look, I don't care about the outcome. I don't care about the outcome. Win, lose, draw is preseason. Okay? Win, lose, draw is preseason. It's preseason. Win, lose, or draw. You know? It doesn't really matter. My boy A Blaze in that thing. What up, though, bro? What up, though? Win, lose, or draw doesn't go. It seems like the Sly Slaughter campaign is in full effect. The Joey Sly Slaughter campaign is in full effect. The Joey Sly Slaughter campaign is in full effect. I'm going to keep saying it. The Joey Sly Slaughter campaign is in full effect. This ain't Coca-Cola, fellas. I'll tell you that right now. But a lot of the press conferences are going on right now. Sam Darnold is at the podium. I wonder if we can watch that. Y'all want to watch that? You want to watch that?
Obviously, you want to go out there and execute. Maybe a little bit of both. I mean, you want to see playing time, especially before the season.
We do too.
Get started. But again, if we go out there and execute, I guess at the end of the day, that's up to Coach Rule.
You mentioned, Matt, he was saying how you're down at the goal line and really kind of running base stuff. Is there a fine line between wanting to score and
can y'all hear this? Let me know if y'all can hear Sam or not.
Versus not blowing open the lid on the playbook.
Let me know if y'all can hear Sam or not.
You want to score, obviously, first and foremost. Like I kind of mentioned there just before, as competitors, you want to punch it in, but at the same time, we should be able to go down there and score with our base plays. That's really what it comes down to, and like I said, we should have punched it in.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
We didn't get a ton from Sam, but I'm going to try to run back Matt Rule's press conference because apparently Matt Rule threw some shade. Apparently Matt Rule threw some shade at Joey Sly, saying he just wasn't good enough.
What's going on, guys?
Got Will Gray. I'm a live react to this stuff. I hope y'all don't mind. If y'all get tired of it, let me know. I'll switch back to me. But I want to hear this stuff.
Great. Thought, another opportunity to learn from and get better.
Will Greer, man.
That was a good defense to go against. They do a lot of different stuff.
I told y'all Will Greer needed a chance.
Different than a lot of other teams in the NFL. So it's good to kind of work that this week and play against them. So thought it went well.
Was it exciting to know you were going to come in right after Sam, like knowing that you're going to get a little bit more of an opportunity tonight, though?
Yeah, absolutely. Always excited whenever I get an opportunity. Just try to make the most of it. So.
You feel like you made the most of your opportunity tonight or not?
Yeah, I think so. We got to score in the red zone. There's some miscommunication, some things we got to clean up. But I think took care of the ball, played pretty mistake-free, made some throws, moved the ball. Just got to come in and get a day better and try to put this all together.
I told y'all Will Greer went 11 for 14, 144 yards.
You guys on the sideline after the best field goal, and what was the message there?
Yeah, just beating ourselves in a lot of ways.
Joey Sly.
And just not finishing. When we get down there, we got to convert on third down, punch the ball in. Can't always just settle for field goals, so we got to get better.
You mentioned some issues with protection checks. What was the deal with that? And how much I've heard Baltimore, even in the preseason games, runs a pretty exotic blitz package. Was that the case tonight?
Yeah, they do. They do some really good stuff. They do a lot of different things, probably more exotic than I've ever seen in the preseason. they do a good job. They show different things. They don't really give you the answers to the test. They'll blitz from far off and stuff that doesn't seem very sound, and they cover down, and it's kind of the way they play. They do a good job, and it's our job to pick it up. If they beat us, we got to throw hot.
All right. Until somebody else good come up, I'm gonna take it back. Will Grier went 11 for 14, 144 yards, 101 quarterback rating. Will Grier finally got his chance to go with the twos. I told y'all crucified me. I said Will Grier didn't get a fair shake. I told y'all Will Grier was playing with the third string. I told y'all Will Grier didn't really get an opportunity because it was garbage time. Now Will Grier get a chance to play with the twos, and PJ Walker got a chance to play with the threes. Now look who looks like they don't belong on the team. PJ Walker played like garbage. That's what happens when you play with third string. You don't get a fair shake. I mean, nobody scored a touchdown, so you can't really even blame. You can't even say, oh, Will didn't score a touchdown. Sam Darnold didn't score a touchdown. PJ Walker did. Will Grier didn't. I'm just saying. Will Grier didn't get a fair shake. That's what I'm saying. The opportunities weren't always there for Will. And look, like I said, I think that he'll be gone anyway, but I'm just saying. Playing with third string people is tough. As good as PJ Walker looked last week, he looked just as bad as Will Grier did last week today. I'm just saying. I ain't going to spend a bunch of time on that just because it's the backup quarterback position. But let's talk about this offense, man. No Christian McCaffrey, no DJ Moore tonight. No Christian McCaffrey, no DJ Moore tonight. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of those two guys tonight. That's fine. Chuba Hubbard got to start, and Chuba ran pretty well. Chuba is a very patient, shifty slasher of a running back. He's a scat back. You know what I'm saying? People don't use that term that much anymore, but he's a scat back. A scat back. He's a scat back. He doesn't run like he's still kind of skinny out there. I mean, he's a rookie. He's gonna need to gain some muscle, but he doesn't run with a ton of authority. You see when he gets hit, he goes backwards. When he gets hit, he goes backwards. That's why he couldn't punch it in on the goal line. He looked great up until that 1 yard line. Granted, the offensive line folded like some origami on that last play. You know what I'm saying? The old line folded like origami. But Chuba still need to bulk up a little bit. Yes, we love the speed. But power and size and strength means a lot, especially when the going gets tough. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, DJ didn't start, CMC didn't start. Terrace Marshall Jr. started in place of DJ Moore. Terrace Marshall Jr. had a great game. Caught a deep ball for Will Grier. Had a couple screen passes, some yards at the catch. Terrace Marshall Jr. is a gem. It makes you really wonder why they're in talks to extend Robbie Anderson from a roster standpoint. I'm going to talk about that in another video because Robbie looks like he's about to get that contract extension. We'll talk about that in another video. We're talking about the game. But offensively, one drive for the starters. Just one. One drive. One drive for the starters. How does that make sense? Does that make sense to y'all? One drive for the starters? I watched the Chiefs play last night against the Cardinals. Patrick Mahomes played a quarter and a half. The best quarterback in the league played a quarter and a half in preseason. The best quarterback in the league played a quarter and a half during the preseason. But Sam Darnold gets what? 5 plays, 2 passes. Sam Darnold went what? Let me look at the stats. Sam Darnold for 1 for 2, 16 yards. 1 for 2, 16 yards. Why are they trying to hire Sam? I don't understand. Don't we need reps? And don't give me that whole little, oh, we got joint practices. We get 100-something reps in joint practices. We're talking about practice, man. Ain't that what AI said? Practice. Practice, man. Not a game, practice. A controlled environment. You controlling the environment. Control the environment. You can run red zone and practice all the red zone you want. But I went to both of those joint practices. It's not the same. Because we didn't run anything from the goal line in joint practices. I'll tell you that right now. We didn't see any kind of 1-yard run plays from the goal line in joint practices. We didn't see that. And it showed tonight. You don't practice that type of stuff. There's nothing that can really replace live game reps. Because like I said, we didn't see 1-yard line plays from the goal line. But then they want to give us this narrative. We heard Scott Fitter in the press box saying that we expect the starters to play next week against the Steelers. The Steelers are a historic franchise. They could play their starters, but I doubt it. I know Big Ben's not playing. I know that for a fact. Big Ben's way too old, and he hasn't played a preseason game in probably years. So we're not going to see most of their starters, honestly. And I get it, we're different. We're a college coach. We got $1 billion owner. But different isn't always better, man. Different isn't always better. Alex, what up, though? What's going on, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. See, Rule thinks he's smarter than everybody else. Dude, come on, man. They said they want the starters to play in the third preseason game 1 to 2 quarters. But why? Do you think, like I said, if Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, who else? The Bears played Andy Dalton for a quarter and a half. Well, Andy Dalton played the whole first half. Cam Newton played a quarter and some change. I'm sure tomorrow we'll see most starters. They're going to treat tomorrow like the dress rehearsal. Us, the Panthers, we're treating the third game like a dress rehearsal. I don't understand. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. And Scott Fitter, this is why I know Matt Rule is pulling the strings. Scott Fitter is maybe a decent GM, but we don't know how much pull he has compared to Matt Rule. We don't know. Because listen, Matt Rule, they're saying that, we have to cut the roster down by Tuesday, so we wanted to play most of the backup guys. We had to cut. So you mean to tell me when you only had to cut 5 guys, you had to cut 5 guys last week, you wanted the backups to play because you wanted to fully evaluate them. But you really didn't cut 5 guys. You put Troy Pride on IR, you cut 3 guys that were injured anyway, and then you moved one other guy, you traded Greg Little. What evaluation went into that? Because somebody was hurt, but you claimed that the reason why you wanted to play all the young guys last week and not the starters is because you had to make cuts so quick. This week, you had to make cuts, tomorrow? When is it, the 24th? Tuesday? Your same logic. And then your logic for next week, you say that, we're going to play the starters next week more because da-da-da-da. But you got to cut 5 guys last week, 5 guys this week, and then 27 guys next week. But you're going to play the starters the majority of the game. The starters aren't going to be the one getting cut. So why wouldn't you want to play the young guys that you have to cut 27 people, going from 80 players to 53? When you cut 27 people, that's over 33% of your roster. You're cutting your roster by 33%, but you're going to be cutting the playing time by 50%. If you're going to play your starters half the game, am I tripping? If I'm tripping, y'all let me know. Am I tripping? You got to cut 33% of your roster, but you're not going to get to see most of them play because you're playing your starters the whole time in week 3 of the preseason. Come on, man. Come on. If I'm tripping, let me know. If I'm tripping, let me know. What up, though, Chris? Larry Barino, what up, though? Said Roy needs to stop playing Pee Wee and get big. Like, what's going on, man? Why are they trying to hire Sam Darnold? Like, they put the offense on the far field, away from the, like, listen, and I could be overreacting. I could be overreacting. I went to the joint practices and they had the offense on the far field. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw I didn't post any offense. I posted a little bit, but that's mainly because my Zoom doesn't work. I don't have enough Zoom to see that far across the field. So he has the offense all the way on the other side of the field. The fans are a whole football field width away. So football field is what, 53 and a half yards wide. There's probably another 15 yards on each sideline of space. So we're talking about between 80 to 85 yards from the fans being able to see the offense. And you see how many viral defensive clips that people were posting, making see the defense make plays. But you didn't see any viral offensive plays. You saw a couple that the Panthers page did because they're controlling the narrative. The only people that could be close enough to the offense were the media, the people that had media credentials. I don't have media credentials. But if you have media credentials, you can't take video. You can only take video on certain periods, on one-on-ones and stuff. You can't do videos for team. So they're trying to, like, it's crazy. The links, like, they didn't put the offense on the field close to the fans at all. We barely got to look to see how good or bad the O-line was. We barely got to look to see how Sam Darnold was. I don't understand. Like, it feels like they're trying to protect them. Why are they going so far? Like, you're trying so hard to protect them from the fans and the backlash. Why not put the same energy in trying to protect him with the offensive line? You got Cam Irvin at left tackle. You got Pat Elflein at left guard. Guys who are not great. Cam Irvin, not great. Pat Elflein got cut from the Minnesota Vikings. If you get cut from the or let go by the Minnesota Vikings as an O-lineman, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Y'all got me preaching on here, man. Y'all make sure y'all get a video thumbs up. Get a video thumbs up, please. We rolling tonight. I'm on it. I got me a dark beer. Look like Coke. Nevertheless, we got one drive from Sam Darnold on a short field when the goal line stalled. Most coaches like to end on a good note when they take their guys out, the starters out. They like to end on a good note so they're feeling good, confidence-wise and stuff. Nah, not Rule. Not Rule. Y'all want to check on Frankie Louvu? Frankie Louvu talking.
Just be on the field and be with the guys and just bring that energy every play. So, yeah.
You okay?
Oh, he's done.
Appreciate y'all.
Speaking of the Hawaiian sensation, Frankie Louvu, man. Frankie Louvu, dog. What more can I say? Frankie Louvu. We're going to come back to the offense, but Frankie Louvu, man. This dude plays so hard, bro. Frankie Louvu plays so hard, yo. Like, getting after the quarterback. The forced fumble he made. This dude needs playing time. This dude needs playing time. He done jumped over Christian Miller. I hate to say it. Christian Miller's still kind of getting his legs underneath him after taking a year off, and I get it. But he done jumped over Christian Miller like a Chinese checkers piece. What up, Panther? Chris, what up, though? JSU, what up, though? Frankie looked great out there, bro. A lot of Frankie love. He might be Frankie Louvu just became my favorite Panther. Bro, this dude played with so much heart. Bro, and he may make mistakes. But the reason why everybody loves Frankie, yes, he's been making plays lately. But we haven't seen this type of intensity and hard play since Luke Kuechly left. And I'm not saying Frankie Louvu is Luke Kuechly at all. But the effort, the motor, it makes you want to root for him. It makes you want to root for him, dog. When you see somebody giving their all out there in the field, playing hard, it makes you want to. That's why Luke was great. Luke is an all-time great. But he also gave effort on every play, and you see that type of energy from Luvu. He was a steal from the Jets. He might be the best pickup we got from the Jets. I know we got Sam Darnold, but he might be the best pickup we got from the Jets. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, the defense as a whole, man, like for Derrick Brown get the deflection. Derrick Brown got the deflection. The ball went in Hassan Reddick's lap. Almost ran that thing back on the first drive. Set our offense up in enemy territory. Even though our offense didn't do nothing with it. You love to see our edges getting at it. Frankie Louvu, Byron Burns. Making plays, man. Making plays. The pressure off the edge is beautiful. Phil Snow mixing the defense up, giving up all kind of fronts. 4-3, 3-4. Well, maybe a 4-3 under. Multiple defensive looks because we have so much versatility. He said, Frankie, a fan favorite off of one night. That's what I said, bro. I put it on Twitter. I said, dude, he might be my favorite Panther. Bro might really be my favorite Panther. See, my top 3 disappointments tonight was Joe Brady, Joey Sly, and Will. Snowfield of the list, Will. Bruh, Will Greer actually played decent. I know there's a lot of Will Greer hate, but Will Greer got a chance to play with the tools. He played better than P.J. Walker. I don't see none of y'all hopping on P.J. Walker's back like y'all did Will Greer. Now, come on now. Let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy. So offense has to show up this year. We're going to let defense down yet again. Ask Luke. He was the only one doing it other than Davis. So can y'all do questions? Yeah, go ahead and run them questions. Run the questions, man. Run the questions. Y'all got questions, let me know how y'all feeling. I'm answering them things. My boy Blaze said Brian Burns is his favorite player because they got the same B-Day. He said great. He said he's born on the same day as great. He said greatness is born on the same day. I feel it. But I feel really good about the defense. I feel really good about the defense, man. You know, I mean, obviously our corners and our secondary didn't get tested much because one, Lamar JAckson didn't play, and two, they don't have great receivers anyway, but they didn't play either. Neither did Mark Andrews, the tight end. But I feel very good about how ferocious our front four can be. Bro, the way they was cooking tonight, bro, like I said, I don't want to overreact because it was against the twos. Because it was against the two. So I don't want to overreact on the defense, but they did what they did all week, creating turnovers. When you playing against backups, you're supposed to treat them like backups, and that's exactly what they did. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what they did. See, we all Taurus. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Taurus season. He said CMC breaks Sproles to 2,600 AP record. I don't think so. And that's mainly because, one, I think Chuba Hubbard's going to really emerge. Two, there's a lot of weapons on this offense. Three, Sproles also returned punts and kicks. So he got some all-purpose yards there. They're not going to dare put Christian McCaffrey there. Christian McCaffrey's getting paid too much money to return punts and kicks. He's getting paid too much money. They don't want to risk that injury. So do you think Rule's going to screw up this season? I told you I'm bearish. If we want to talk stock market, I'm bearish. Means I have a negative, a pessimistic output on the coaching staff in this regime. I like some of the players we put together, but some of the decisions are questionable, man. They're questionable. Am I worried for the season? I'm a little concerned. Offensively, it's just weird because, like, why wouldn't you want your starters to get reps? You want them to be good going on to week 1. Our first 5 games should be a layup. Have y'all seen our schedule lately? Our first 5 games should be a layup. Why wouldn't you want your offense to be crisp and good, getting plenty of game reps going into the season? Why wouldn't you? We got the Jets. That should be a win. They lost their best pass rusher. Their quarterback is a rookie. The Saints. They've lost everybody and their mama. They got Jameis Winston at quarterback. With our defense at home, short week traveling to to Houston, playing the Texans. The Texans are in turmoil too. We're probably going to see Tyrod Taylor. No reason that shouldn't be a win. The Cowboys, we're hearing reports that Dak Prescott may not be the same all season. Not just because of his ankle, but because of his shoulder. The Eagles just got smacked. I mean, it's preseason. They just got smacked by the Patriots. The Eagles only won 4 games last year. I still don't have full confidence in their receiver weapons, even though they drafted Devontae Smith. The Vikings, after that, like, come on, man. Why wouldn't you want to start off the season hot? Why wouldn't you want to have everybody in tip-top shape coming out of preseason, ready to start this season off? Greg said run defense still suspect. Yeah, at times. That third down defense is what's suspect. That should be the real concern. The run defense looked pretty good most of this week against their starters in practice. I will say that. Granted, it is practice. And I was surprised at how good they looked. But that third down defense is still concerning. Still concerning. Yeah, we got the turnover, but that third down defense getting off the field is very concerning. So the O-line seems undersized in run blocking. Yeah, the way they got whooped on that goal line, it was bad. It was ugly. The way they got whooped was ugly. Like, literally, I mean, like I said, Chuba's not a big dude. Chuba's not a big dude. Chuba's not a big dude. But at the same time, like, the line of scrimmage is the black line. The line of scrimmage is the black line. Look how far we have 3 to 4 players on the other side of the line of scrimmage. I can't completely blame Chuba for this. Look at that push. Look at that push. I'm speechless, guys. This is not great. This is not ideal on the goal line. But you want to tell me that live joint practice reps are a substitute for this kind of experience? We don't run, like, I told you, they didn't run this in joint practice. They didn't run this in joint practice. But you want to tell me that joint practice reps count for something? So that's why you don't want to play the starters that much? Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Let's be for real. Come on, fam. Because it's crazy. He said the league gave us a lob this year. Corey said the Panthers won 5 games this year. We ain't got no layups. He said every team is trying to figure out that this new 3-game preseason and when did the Panthers become a juggernaut? We didn't. But as optimistic fans that we think we are, I'm talking all this trash about how bad the offense and stuff looked, but I'm still optimistic. I still think as a measuring stick, I think we should be able to beat. I don't think we're bottom dwellers. Maybe we are bottom dwellers. Maybe I'm overrating our team. Maybe all these 5 games aren't layups. Maybe those teams are looking at us as layups. But to me, winning 5 games, 4 or 5 games last year, only losing 8 games with the ball in your hands because of we want to blame it on Teddy, that sounds pretty competitive. There's no reason that half of those games shouldn't go your way. That would equal 9 wins. 8 games came down to having the ball at the end and falling short. There's no reason that half of those close games can't go our way. No reason. That's why I feel so confident in the competitiveness of this team. So will Joey Sly have competition on Tuesday? No. He won't. He'll have competition on Monday. They trying to kick us on Monday. Monday. Because the game is going to be Friday. They're going to have kickers in there on Monday. Monday. Straight up. Says Marshall, the true jump ball threat we've been hoping for. I thought so. But Joe Brady doesn't want to throw the fade to him in the red zone. Maybe that's a red zone play we could have tried. You know what I'm saying? That's a red zone play. I would be interested in seeing if it works. You know what I'm saying? So we have a week between the Steelers and the first game. Yeah, so, I mean, that's fine. But we still need to get our ish together. So the third down D for my second half unit was god-awful. And it's some of the same stuff, tackling. Tackling has been an issue. We were in the upper half of the league when it comes to missed tackles last year. I think it might have been top 5 when it comes to missed tackles last year. And that was the reason why we couldn't get off the field on third down. Missed tackles. So if Matt Rule keeps loading the roster with his ex-players, he's going to wind up back in college. And his ex-players are going to be in the NFL. Look, they said that Matt Rule has 10 guys from Baylor. That wasn't even a Temple count. That was just Baylor. 10 guys from Baylor, I think. That's what they said. It might have been combined. I may be wrong. But 10 of his ex-players. I told y'all how I feel about that. So I wish we signed another kicker. I think it's coming. Too much shade being thrown. On Joey Sly's way for them not to do it. Too much shade. Exactly. And to be honest, what happens next week if the Steelers don't play their starters? What happens if the Steelers play their third string? You gonna let Sam Darnold go in and try to bully ball them and beat them up because we're our starters going against their third string or second string? I mean, it'll be good for his confidence. Is that the plan? Like I said, they are going out of their way. They're going out of their way to protect Sam Darnold, man. From being seen, I guess. But they're not going out of their way to protect him with quality offensive linemen. It's just funny. It's funny, man. David Barber told me to relax. Justin Carpenter said, man, Rule's a boss. Just wait and see. He said, man, trust the process. So Sly's Panther career really like get taken to the farm. It's preseason, but the kicks are all the same. Exactly. Sly leaving points on the board. Y'all are saying that we need to go after the Ravens kicker. Look, we got a good hard look at him in the joint practices. I got a good look at him. He looked pretty decent. He's saying trade for the Ravens kicker. I don't want to trade for no kicker. Unless they're going to take Joey Sly. So we said, we need to see if our starters are starters, not losers. So it's preseason for a reason. See what your choosing your threes have and then start piecing it all together. That's true, but we have a lot of starters. Like when you have a young roster, it'd be one thing if we had a bunch of vets. Like I said, Big Ben's not playing preseason. Aaron Rodgers not playing preseason. These are bona fide stars. They're older. They have nothing to prove. Sam Darnold's still trying to find his legs in the NFL. Why are we protecting him? Why is Patrick Mahomes playing a quarter and a half last night against the Cardinals? But Sam Darnold gets a drive with 2 passing attempts. The math ain't mathing, bro. The math ain't mathing. So a lot of people that miss those tackles in the second half won't be here at opening day. So everyone else is treated as like week 3. Exactly. Everybody treating this game like the dress rehearsal. I bet you Mahomes don't play next week. So only if it was more accurate. He got the leg. Yeah, he got the leg. He just ain't got the confidence. Said want me to talk about Matt Rule going sick about winning mentality and the way he performed on game day, but gives Darnold 4 reps in the second last preseason, and the same with the others. I don't understand. Like, we haven't earned the right as a program and a franchise to be letting guys chill, unproven guys chill. We haven't earned that as a franchise. We haven't earned that right as a franchise to be able to play your offensive guys like that for one drive. Especially Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has more interceptions than touchdowns in his career. He needs reps. He needs reps. Like, what are we gonna keep? I would hate for them to keep moving the goalposts on Sam. Oh, it's just if he struggles. Oh, it's just practice. If he's struggling in oh, it's just preseason. Oh, it's just his first game in the regular season. Oh, it's just 5 games in the system. Oh, it's just his first season in the system. Oh, he's in a new offensive coordinator with Joe Brady leaving. He's got his 4th offensive coordinator in 5 years. Like, how many times do we want to keep moving the goalposts and try to put this guy in bubble wrap? We got to find out what Sam Darnold is, man. You put him on a 5th-year option deal, but like we got to find out what he is. And we don't even, like I said, we don't need him to be Russell Westbrook. He can be Chris Paul. He can pass the ball and let the teammates do work. He ain't got to be Russell Westbrook trying to do everything. But we still need to see something. He looked comfortable tonight. The 2 attempts he had, he looked comfortable. He looked comfortable. Offensive line protection wasn't bad. But in the short yards and the goal line and the run game, it didn't look good there. The same red zone woes. But then you got a bad kicker. You can't be bad in the red zone and then have a bad kicker. That's a double negative. That doesn't go together. It doesn't go together. Peanut butter and jelly go together. Bad red zone offense and a bad kicker don't go together. like, what are we talking about right now, yo? What are we talking about right now? Do I think Shy needs more opportunities? Yes. Hell yes. I'm a big Shy fan. You can call me biased if you want, but yeah. Put that man Shy in the game. Get that man some burn. Oh, Big Ben did play tonight. Okay, I stand corrected. In pass pro, I will say the O-line looked decent. Like I said, the couple passes that Sam dropped back and did, there was time. Sam looked comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Who's the kicker folk play for? I don't know. Said Josh Rosen is available. That ain't happening. And like I said in my previous video, when you start seeing these struggles about them not putting in a silent count last week in Indianapolis and why we have a bunch of false starts in a row because they didn't practice silent count, the stuff that Teddy Bridgewater said about us not practicing red zone starts to make more sense. It doesn't sound like Teddy just a bitter ex that wants to throw shade at us. It starts to make a little bit more sense. You know what I'm saying? So Sly can't hit within 30. 40 to 55, he's good. So it was just fan fest. Said Matt Rule, only question mark. Said Sam Darnold, the GOAT. Said the Yak plays look solid tonight. Yeah, like I said, it's time now to see if Sam got it. Said you blaming Rule. Said they need to hit the weight room. My prediction for the season, man, this, like I said, the over-under for Vegas for the Panthers win total is 7. Do you think the Panthers will win more than 7 games? I think 7 is fair if we do handle our business. But I think Matt Rule needs a lot more than that. Not a lot more. He needs probably 8 or 9 for him to not, his seat not to be warm next year. Because a lot of these moves they're making are very questionable, man. And I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more in the video because this is just my instant reaction. So we just chopping it up right after the game. You know what I'm saying? We're just chopping it up right after the game. But there's a lot to be desired. There's a lot left to be desired after tonight. I wanted to see more. Yeah, well, somebody said our rookies look good. Our rookies look good. My boy Tyree, what up, man? Tyree was kicking shit. We was kicking it at joint practices, man. Posted up on the hill. Chopping it up, talking trash. Looking at these Ravens fans. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it. My boy Tyree. We gotta get up again either next year or we catch up at a game or a tailgate or something, man. Defense played pretty good, man. But you're a Ravens fan. We got a Raven fan checking in. So this is a great game for y'all. Y'all kept y'all streak alive. Our drafted rookies look good. Yes. Our rookies looking pretty solid. Chuba. Terrence Marshall Jr. Shy Smith. I didn't really get a great look at Brady Christensen. But the skill guys, pretty solid. Pretty solid. I was saying, Sam is functional. We can have a decent season, but we can't trust Sly to win us games while having a bad red zone. Oh, Neymar, Brady, dial up Arnold, or Thomas Magic in the red zone. Yeah. All that hype on Sam Darnold to Dan Arnold. Where was that today? Did Dan Arnold even play? He didn't have a catch. Clearly. Sam Darnold only threw 2 passes. David Barber said we had the best young kicker in the league, but they cut him, bro. Harrison Butker has what? Is it number 1 or number 2 best field goal percentage in NFL history? And they kept him for Graham Gano. That loyalty, bro. That loyalty will get you in trouble. That loyalty will get you in trouble. We had Butker. Said PJ Walker's QB too. He didn't look great tonight. I tell you, it's a different ball game when you play with the 3rd string than you do play with the 2nd string. Said Titans look solid. Yeah, I like Tommy Tremble. Tommy Tremble looked pretty good with the ball in his hands. He's a load in open field, man. He looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. Brian said we lack depth. I agree. We have depth at some positions. Like, we're very strong at edge and safety and receiver, but not at offensive line, linebacker, quarterback. You know, the important stuff. The important stuff. But we got shiny new pretty young receivers, but we don't have quality offensive linemen. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. He said, I really feel like they babysitting Sam trying to hide a disaster. 100%. And I've been saying that. Why, though? I told y'all. The joint practices, they had the offense on the far field where fans couldn't record it. If Tyree Ross is still in here, he'll tell you. He was sitting beside me. You can't see the offense from where the fans were at. You can see them a little bit, but you can't get video. The only people that can be close enough to get video is the media. But the media, if you have media credentials, you're not allowed to record practice. Only the fans were allowed to record practice. But then they want to say joint practice reps are just as good as game reps. But you don't practice goal line reps in the joint practice. You practice red zone, but you didn't practice anything from the 1 yard line. Nope. And it showed tonight. It showed tonight. It showed tonight. Get some of these comments. Folks is playing for the New England, and they signed a rookie Northern. Which one the Patriots decided to sign. We signed the other one because New England wanted to keep 2 kickers, but that rookie was good. Look, I think there's a lot of options we could bring in. We may have to wait till the cut. We might have to wait till some more cuts happen before we bring in some people. See, I think 7 wins is a floor. Not a believer will win 12, but below 7 feels crazy. Yeah, sometimes it's go wrong for us to win below 7. But we won't know how good we are until the regular season because they're not playing nobody. He said you wanted more, wanted to see more, expected more. He said Sam is functional. How do you know though? We ain't see enough. We ain't see enough. Fade 9, what up though? I had put your comment up before I even did. So do I think PJ is better than Will? In a vacuum, yes, because PJ can create with his legs. And I think PJ has a lot more upside. PJ has a lot more upside. You know what I'm saying? But Will looked good tonight. 11 for 14, 144 yards, 101 passer rating. I mean, he looked like I said, PJ Walker looked as bad tonight as Will Greer looked last week. It's hard playing with that third string, which is why the coaches wanted to give Will Greer a chance to go in with the second string. It makes sense now. You see it's even. Maybe the quarterback 2 race is a little bit closer than we expected. You guys make sure you give this video a thumbs up, please. Give the video a thumbs up, please. Who is the real rookie MVP? It's got to be Terrence Marshall. It's got to be Terrence Marshall Jr., right? It's got to be Terrence Marshall Jr. It's got to be. He's made plays in both preseason games. He's made plays in camp. I mean, Chuba has flashed. I wish I had coaches film. I'd break down a lot more Chuba from like the running back point of view. So Dan Arthur had a holding penalty in the first half. That was about it. Yeah, I didn't hear anything else. So Ravens fans checking in, man. I see y'all. What y'all preseason winning streak at? 19, 20? 19 to 20? Teddy or Sam? Oof. I don't know what Sam's going to give us. Like you said, is it possible to answer? Because we don't know what Sam can do. Exactly. We want to see what Sam can do, man. Let him spin. Said Matt Rule is a church guy. He'll sell you a dream and believe just to get you to stay at the stadium, but leave you wondering why you gave away your money. Look, man. All right. Hey, that was a good one, but I ain't got no comment on that one. That was a good one. To talk about this shirt, yeah, I mean, it's roaring right. I'm a member of the fan club. I'll be at the watch parties and maybe some tailgates, but that's about as much free promo they get from me. No free promo on the live stream, even though I'm wearing the shirt. No free promo. Say Rule is really on the line with Sam now, more anxious than ever. Dude, by them trading for Sam Darnold, signing a fifth-year option, Matt Rule has pretty much essentially hitched his Panthers career to Sam Darnold. Because I don't think Matt Rule gets a chance to see a fourth quarterback. And you may say, four? No. They got rid of Cam. They got rid of Teddy. Now they got Sam. They don't get to see a fourth one. They could have stayed with Cam for all this. I mean, you signed Teddy to a 3-year deal, get rid of him after 1. You bring in Sam Darnold, who's unproven, give him the 5th-year option. Now it's Sam's our guy. But you want to protect him. So hard. So what kind of play calling is happening on the offensive side? Joe Brady, offensive guru, yeah, right. That man is a wizard in between them 20s. The red zone is tough. Said PJ didn't look good to me, neither did Greer. Said Shy looked good. Said they're not giving any reps to Zylstra. If they're giving all the reps to Zylstra, is it a shot? Said the win streak is 19. Saying Walker is a QB2. We need to keep 3. Said I'd rather roll on Sam than settle for Teddy. You only saying that because we don't know what Sam is. Sam is the unknown. They let Teddy leave because they wanted to say he was the problem with our offense. But we're going to see. We're going to see what happens going forward. Said Chuba fumbles too much. It's something to get used to. Said 19th for the tie, 20th for next week. The Ravens, man, they turned it on in the second half. The Rule also said the receivers ran the wrong routes at the wrong depth. That's for the PNP crew who wanted Rule to be critical of Sam Darnold. No, I will say I did see that one, what was that, 4th down? Shy ran the route too short. When Will Greer threw it, he missed him. See, pull up my donation page. It's what's it called? It's Buy Me a Beer. Let's see if I can find the link. I can either you can super chat too. You can super chat also, or you can buy me a beer. Either way is cool. You know I'm drinking a beer now, but you can either super chat or buy me a beer. Either way is cool with me. If y'all want to support, or buy me a coffee. You know what I'm saying? Coffee. My drink looks like coffee, but you can buy me a beer or buy me a coffee. Like I said, super chats work just as good. Even though, you know what I'm saying, YouTube take that percentage. But no worries. I can plug it in. But if you want to support, you already know. The merch is coming out. I'm working on the merch. The merch is coming. I will have the pre-orders. Pre-orders for the merch. Pre-orders for the merch will be up soon. Pre-orders for the merch will be up soon. Pre-order for the merch will be up soon. Let me see if I can find the link. I can't find the link. There it is. There's the link. If you want to support, there's the link. He said, if you want to do Cash App, he said, you'd rather give it to me through Cash App. All these platforms take their percentage. But I get it. Some people don't feel as comfortable. The Cash App is down there, too, if you want to support. Like I said, merchandise is coming. I'd rather y'all get something. I said I got hats and T-shirts coming soon. It's about to get cool. He said, what's better, Super Chat or buy me a beer? They both going to take a big percentage. They're both going to take a big percentage. 20%. So either one is fine, man. Either one is fine. Whichever is easiest for you guys. Because buy me a beer is PayPal. Super Chat is Google Finance or whatever. Or Google Wallet. Super Chat does give me the money, but like I said, it's a percentage taken off. He said we get the bill paid down. I feel you. I got bills too. So we need a dog on offense. We do. We do. I just hope things turn out well. Like, I just want to know. I'm just so anxious. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's the thing. We don't know. Things could be great. We could have one of the best offenses in the league. But we just don't know because they won't play the starters long enough. They don't play the starters long enough for us to know how good we can be. We want to see. They want to see. Build their confidence. Build our confidence in them. Build your confidence in them. But bad red zone, bad kicker, that's not good for morale. It's not. It's disheartening. You put up 3 points tonight. Missed the field goal. Turn the ball over on the goal line, on downs. It's not good for the morale. Matt Rule said they ran base offense. They didn't run real stuff. They ran the base. They ran base. That's what he said. They ran base. So did they not put in goal line stuff? Did they not put in goal line stuff, or like they just didn't have it in? Let's look at Matt Rule's press conference, man. Let's look at Matt Rule's press conference. Can I pull it up? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? We gotta look at these ads. It says Zach Wilson went off today. He did. He looked pretty good. I saw that.
On offense in for one series.
Yeah, that was just a decision. Yeah, we're gonna play in between 5 to 10 plays. I think they got 7 or 8 plays, so they played that one drive. Obviously, it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but that was what we went in with. Thinking probably 10 is the max, and they're right there at 7. So got some live reps for them and wanted to get Will in there and the rest of the guys.
Now you're down there at the goal line. What's sort of the discussion with you and Joe, and maybe you had it before the game, in terms of how much you want to show there versus trying to punch the ball?
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to run our base stuff. We didn't have the goal line packages out there, and all those different things. We're trying to save our tight ends a little bit because we knew we were going to play the whole game, and so they only have 6 of them. So just ran plays. Again, we want our guys to get their pads down. We want Chuba to try to run through some contact and go score. So it's not really something where we're game planning it and trying to be tricky. We're trying to run good old fashioned football plays and get in, and so. We threw the one pass, but even on 4th and 1 in the season, maybe that's a run pass option or something. But right now we're trying to establish, can we get that yard or not? We didn't get that yard tonight, so that's something that we have to improve upon as a team.
Really, dude.
Impressions of Will that stand out?
Yeah, I thought Will did a nice job, pushed the ball down the field, made some big throws. Unfortunately, he had some checks in the protection game that hurt him, and kind of had to get rid of the ball. But looked like it was. I have to watch the tape, but it looked like it was. He made some big throws down the field. Or at least that one, I guess. So I have to go back and watch it. I thought he had good poise out there, and thought Terrace did a couple good things out there. So there were some signs of good football out there.
What do you think ailed you the most in the second half moving the football?
Ailed us the most.
The Ravens. The Ravens won
honestly
the
just
game.
not moving it.
The Ravens
Just
won.
couldn't kind of get a first down. Couldn't really protect. Couldn't really get open versus man coverage. Never could. And that really spiraled towards the defense. Right, then the defense was out there for 6, 7, 8 plays. So. We were able to convert some plays, or at least some first and second down plays in the first half, and have some longer drives. Really probably should have scored, 14 or 17 or 13 at least points in the first half. The second half just couldn't get the ball moving.
In Sam's very brief amount of time, how did you think he did?
Good. I thought hung on the one. It wasn't open right away, but he knew it was going to be open. He trusted Robbie. He found a way to get the ball to him. Made all the right checks, and then I think Joe called a play action pass down there. It wasn't open. He threw the ball away. So kind of some of the things that we're looking for him to do, live to play another play. So, it was just a chance for him to get out there and get his feet wet, get those guys out there. I liked our operation. We were quick. We'll get him out there a little bit more next week.
Having said about not having a game plan for the red zone,
No, I didn't say that. No, I said I'm saying we're not trying to be tricky. I'm saying I don't want to make it sound like that. We work. Those coaches worked hard. They just are trying to keep it very base. We don't want to show like, hey, here's our double reverse this, here's our trick play that. So I just want to make sure that comes across right out there, soundbite wise.
What's your level of confidence? Has this team improved? Because that was an area of emphasis, I guess, to get better than that this year.
Yeah, I think we've gotten a lot better. But at the end of the day, it comes down to results, right? So it's 2 games in a row we haven't been great in the red zone or on third down. So, we'll just have to continue to see where we are with it. But
I'm sorry, could you use a fullback?
Yeah,
I know you've had a couple in camp.
Yeah.
Is that a position you'd like to fill?
If we find the right one.
Can you talk a little bit about Tua's game tonight and what he's done so far through camp and a couple of games?
The media coming through. I ain't gonna lie.
He's like all rookies, right? He's had a couple of good plays. He made a nice play on the screen. Had a couple nice runs. Also put the ball on the ground. So rookies can be up and down. So we want to build on the positive and we want to try to eliminate the negative. So, you can't put the ball on the ground and continue to play at this level. But he has shown some explosiveness and he's a hard worker. Played on the special teams as well. So I think he'll only just continue to get better.
Matt, another miss for Joey tonight. At what point do you start to become more concerned about him, or do you still have as much confidence in him?
No, it's like everything else. You have to produce, and so far Joey has not produced at the level we need him to. So I think he'd be the first guy to say that. We have to find a way to get over that hump with him.
Woo! Hold on now. I had to stop it right there. I had to stop it. Joey Sly. Woo! Joey's. That seat getting hot, Joey. That seat getting hot, Joey. Joey Sly, that seat getting hot. That seat getting hot, Joey. Matt Rule said that you got to be better. You got to be better, Joey Sly. Joey Sly, you got to be better. Hold on, Joey Sly? Did y'all hear that? Joey might be in trouble, man. Joey might be in trouble. Y'all been bashing him. Matt Rule sees it too. Matt Rule's not blind. Not to that, at least. But Joey Sly, that seat getting warm, man. That seat is getting warm. He said, Rule done put the barrel to Sly's cranium, man. Look, man. Hey. That seat getting warm, man. That seat's getting warm, Joey. That seat's getting warm. Let's go back to it.
Frankie, who seemed to have a good game today, what have you thought about how he's done so far through camp in these first 2 preseason games?
Well, he didn't play much in the first preseason game. He had the one pressure off the edge and made a nice play. Looked like he made some contact plays today. The biggest thing is he punches the ball out. He plays with tremendous intensity, and got the ball out today. So it seems like he's a difference maker so far in these first 2 games in terms of, some key plays, some wow plays. So we'll continue to try to find ways to get him on the field.
One more?
You have a plan.
Frankie Louvu. Let's stop right there. You probably didn't hear the question. They asked about Frankie Louvu. Talk about Frankie Louvu. He said that he's a difference maker. He's a difference maker. When he's on the field, you notice it. Bro, he flashes. Matt Rule called him a difference maker. He said they're going to find more ways to get him on the field. You got to. When you have a guy that flies around, makes plays, and good things happen to him every time he's around the football, you have to find a way to get him on the field. I'm glad they're noticing that and going to try to find a way to get him into the rotation. He's been practicing well. If you didn't follow me on Twitter, you've seen I've been showing him love from the practice clips. He's flashed in the game last week with a sack. Today, pressure, pass deflection, forced fumble, some tackles. Frankie Louvu is a difference maker. He's a difference maker. He's a difference maker. You said, what did he say about Sly? He said Sly has to be better. He said we got to find a way to get better at converting those situations. When he says find a way, does that mean find a new man? Because there's only so much things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Let's go back to the tape.
For how much Sam and the starters will play next week.
Yeah, we probably won't say it yet, but we're hoping it's up around a half, depending on how everything is. So if it's less than that or more than that, then so be it. But
I think that's important now to get him a good, solid half of football.
I don't want to say half. I said like that. That's my hope. But I think he needs to play some. I thought he needed to play tonight. Didn't want to put him too much out there without Robbie and DJ and Johnny. But I thought the other guys filled in. Dennis did a nice job. Robbie, was able to get a couple plays in there, and the 2 joint practices were tough. These guys answered the bell and they went out there and they played tonight, which was great. So, hopefully next week we'll be in a little bit more rested of a state, even though it is only 6 days, and I'll be able to play a little bit more. So hopefully around a half, but again, that could always change.
Last question from Atlanta.
Is Miller a long-term thing? Is there anything he's dealing with?
Nah, he should be back this week.
All right, guys. Matt Rule. There's Matt Rule. He said that he expects to be around a half. Around a half next week. Around a half. That's what he says. He expects Sam to play around a half. Either more or less. Why is nobody else doing that? Will we see any other teams doing that? Yes, it's a weird scenario with just the 3 games of preseason, especially being in Coach Rule's first preseason as an NFL head coach. But there's a thing called reading the room, aka looking around the league, seeing what other teams are doing. Yes, you don't want to just copy everybody else. But different isn't always better, man. Different isn't always better. Different isn't always better. Nevertheless, we're going to get an extended look, hopefully, against Sam. We'll be playing against the 2s or the 3s. I don't think that matters to Coach Rule. Will the Steelers starters be playing against the Panthers starters? I don't think that matters to Coach Tomlin. I don't think Coach Tomlin is going to change what he does just based off of what Carolina does. I don't think so. Coach Tomlin knows who he is. He's a super successful coach in this league. He knows who he is. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. He knows who he is in this league. Matt Rule is still trying to find his legs. He's trying different things, thinking outside the box, trying to be different. Like I said, different isn't always better. So we shall see how things go. We shall see how things go. Because different isn't always better. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. But let me go ahead and get about this thing, man. It's getting late. I got another video coming tomorrow breaking down some things. I don't know if I'm going to break down the game. We got to talk about Robbie. Robbie has an extension of his contract potentially coming up very soon. We're going to talk about Sam Darnold potentially coming up later, playing next week. We're going to talk about Matt Rose's press conference. We got to talk about Joey Sly. Will some competition come in? We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Said trying to trendset for no reason. Bro, come on, man. Come on. Breaking the mold ain't always everything. But I'm going to go ahead and get up off here, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We're going to be doing these recaps after every game. After every regular season game, there will be a recap. We're going to come on here and talk about it. During the regular season, I'm probably going to take you guys phone calls to get how you feel about it. So make sure you guys are tuned in and have your notifications on for live streams. That way you don't miss any of them. Make sure you are subscribed, but make sure that bell icon is checked also. That way you get those notifications, okay? I'm going to go ahead and sign off, though, man. We out of here like last year, all right? See you next time. Peace.